not enough balls went past the rail and everything.
Oh, it has to go past the rail.
And I don't like that Moscone Cup rule. I think it's a bad
No,
rule.
I don't like it either.
And I'm not going to go there.
They spread the ball.
As long as he made an honest attempt. And didn't,
Right.
You know, sometimes you can't help it, but that's why we're using the magic rack, because you don't get the slug racks. Because you can hit them like, with a sledgehammer, it's a slug rack.
I know.
There was just a little debate on the break, and even though there's kind of a basic rule that 3 or 4 balls got to hit the rail and all that, the major intent is honest attempt to break the balls, and then you're not soft breaking. So I'm not going to start counting balls and rails and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm not a big fan of the Moscone Cup rule.
I agree. Uh-oh.
But if somebody starts soft breaking, then we'll pull all kinds of, then we'll just, but.
Well, there's a difference between a soft break and an honest break.
Yes, yeah, and he made one on the break, so you should be able to continue this.
Yeah.
It's just
too many rules.
Everything's getting too anal here, I'll tell you.
It really is. It really is. And they, and they're taking a lot of the excitement out of the game, in my opinion. The alternate break, and people like to see packages. Oh, did you see early? Ran 5 and out on that guy. Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that's like Gary was playing this guy a set last night, 10 ahead.
Yeah.
Gary's ahead 3 games, runs the set.
Yeah.
Runs a 7-pack,
right.
10 ball on a bar table.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
that's exciting.
Exactly. And the other knock, as far as I'm concerned, on alternate break is if you get behind, it's hard to win from there.
Yeah.
You have to wait for the other guy to make a mistake on their break, and you have to win on yours.
I actually have a format I want to attempt, and now I can, but it's very similar to tennis. You get the serve, you get the break.
Okay.
Short races,
right.
Like race to 4, that's 1 point. Then it's your break, race to 4. You get first 3 points, get you 1 set. 3 sets wins the match.
And you alternate break?
It alternates set.
Well, no, you alternate break, or
no.
In other words, if I get the first break in the first set,
you break that whole set. You break 4 games.
Okay.
So the purpose is for me to break your serve.
Yeah.
But now also, if I'm on a streak, I can run. I can run a 4-pack. Boom! I get that point.
So
you get to see both sides.
So in other
now.
words, if I don't win that first game and you do, then you break?
The first, I don't know the terminology, but the first, I will call it the first set.
Yeah.
Okay. First.
Yeah, the first set, race to 4.
Race to 4. Okay.
Yeah.
I break every game, race to 4.
Yeah.
Like
So
whoever
then,
wins that one, then you break every game, the second one.
Yeah.
Then I break every one, the third one.
Yeah.
That way I get an opportunity to run 4-pack.
Yeah. I don't like it. I like
Well,
winner breaks. And also, I'll tell you what, something else. When I'm down there racking the balls, it gives me a chance to clear my head and get ready, gear up for the next. And when you have to rack your own and winner rack and break and everything else,
I think you're supposed to rack your own.
You don't get a chance to rest.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to. The game is not playable unless you rack your own. Because you can't there's when I had like.
Well, I'd love to have been able to rack my own when I was out there.
Well, but you can't.
It's
constant quibbling. It doesn't work.
Well, we didn't have it in the old days.
Well, I don't know. I saw Buddy Hall and Nick,
occasionally we did.
Buddy Hall and Grady Matthews in about. It was over 20 years ago. It was at JOB's at a senior event.
I understand.
Buddy Hall quit the match.
Yeah, but it wasn't constant like it is today.
Well, I just gave up on alternate racking for your opponent, and I think we had 22 Swannies, and the second one I went to rack your own. I'm spending all my time. These guys are arguing.
Yeah.
Rack them again. Rack them again. Rack them.
Everybody's such nits today.
Just
I know I'm going to take a lot of heat for that, but they are.
Just simplify it. I can rack for myself. All I can do is give myself a slug. The worst thing can happen is I can give myself a good rack. What's what you're supposed to give in the first place? So, I don't know. It makes it. I don't want to make it. Look at the stuff at the U.S. Open, the 9-ball. I mean, they spend half their time as racking.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So. And everybody's got a solution. Just put a ref on it, sure. Like refs can rack any better than the players.
Well, they'd have to be very qualified.
Yeah.
I've had
Well,
three
they're just-
problems in my life with in tournaments with referees, and they were wrong each time.
Yeah, I just think it eliminates everything if you rack your own. If you don't like the way they're racked, then you got nobody to blame but yourself. So I don't know.
He's going to cut this 9 backwards into the lower right-hand corner, I think. I can't see where else he could put it.
Wow.
That wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close.
But, you know, he probably knew it wasn't going to go in anyway.
Tough shot. I'll
Yeah.
tell you who was really good at those shots was Efren. He could just, because he'd slide the
Spin it,
ball,
right.
slide and spin,
Slow
and
spin,
he'd get
yep.
it right at the prop
Right.
100% transfer, and
Yep.
it just,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll tell you who I just, I'm amazed at is Earl.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Earl just gets up there and just you know,
He doesn't care.
he doesn't
just,
even look at them. He just
throws them in a
he
rack
yes,
and breaks them.
and he runs and he one rail, you know, boom, 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 boom,
No,
boom,
he's-
boom. I mean, he is just amazing.
He really is.
He is really amazing.
And what is he now? He's pushed, what is he, 50?
He's 56, I think.
Yeah.
56. And he still plays world class.
Oh, yes, he does.
I mean, it's
Sure does.
cross corner.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there will never be another Earl. It's a shame that he had some of the demons, you know.
Yeah. Earl and I are. Earl stayed at my house several times. We're close, and we've talked about it. And he told me that he has tried the different meds, and he says, Mayor, he says, I can't make a ball behind
They
me.
take away the killer instinct.
Yeah,
what
he
he
says,
said, yeah.
Exactly. He says, and what else do I have? He says, I don't know how to do anything else. I play pool. I'm a pool player.
Yeah.
He says, who's going to feed me if I sit on the couch? You know, and he's right.
Yeah. He spent a lot of time with Mark Cantrell, and he's got quite a soft spot for animals.
Oh, Earl's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just-
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Any stray comes home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a dog, and, you know, he was, you know, a fat Vashon, and Earl, I don't know how many, he'd just scoop him up and hold on. In fact, I'll tell you a story. Earl likes to run.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I lived in Melbourne, Florida, we lived in a nice development. You know, there were 700 homes, and there were 17 lakes, and you know, it was very nice. It was all windy streets and sidewalks, very manicured. And, well, anyway, so Earl had just come off winning the Steve Miserak Championship.
Going to the seniors events?
No, it was the Seminole Tour.
Oh,
Finale.
right.
And so he and Mike Galassi stayed at my house for a few days. And so anyway, every day Earl goes out and he runs. First day he comes back and he says, so I think that FedEx guy is following me. So we all laughed. Yeah, okay, Earl. Anyway, he goes out running the next day. He comes back, he says, I know you don't believe me, but I know he's following me. We laugh again. Third day he comes back and he says, I was right. He was following me. He says he pulled up alongside of me and told me I was averaging 7 miles an hour. He'd been clocking me for 3 days. I don't know if it was 7, what the number was, but whatever it was.
Oh, he's amazing. the guy, and he can, not only can he run, but he can
does a
talk,
million
he can talk
push-ups.
to you while he's running.
Yeah, yeah.
That's.
And he loved all the wildlife, all the critters. We had otters in the lake behind us, and he would just sit out. We'd sit out on the back and just watch them, and the birds, and the cranes, and the herons, and the rabbits, the deer. We had a couple of deer.
What part of Florida was that?
Melbourne.
Oh, that's right there near.
Space Coast.
Oh, it's over
10,
on
15 miles.
okay.
Central East Florida.
Okay.
It's by the Kennedy Space Center.
Okay. Oh.
See, that's surprising.
Because they're missing the simple ones.
Yeah.
But that's bank pool.
Yeah.
And with these diamonds, you give a little speed, they shorten up.
Yeah. That was just so amazing when Earl played Siegel
I didn't see
couple of
it.
weeks
Yeah.
ago. I watched it, and I got to tell you, Earl he never ceases to amaze me. I mean, he never missed a one real bank. Never missed.
I'll tell you the best banker I ever saw, though, I think, in the competition was Shane and Alex. And they played one of these race to 100 things in tar.
Yeah.
And Alex made 15 out of 15 banks in the course of the match.
Wow.
How strong is that?
Yeah.
I mean, he did not miss one.
Yeah.
Alex is
He is
a freak of a player,
yes.
too. He's a part-time pool player. He wants to practice for 2 weeks,
right,
and he's world class.
Right, yeah. When he was winning everything, I had a friend. And I says, well, I'll tell you what. He says, well, you like Alex so much. He says, you can have him and I'll take the field. I says, well, you got to lay me something, He says, well, I'll lay you 5-1. I said, okay. Meanwhile, Alex won every tournament. It was like 7 or 8 tournaments before he snapped that it would take him the rest of his life to get even.
Yeah. Alex is a real live monster.
He was a monster. And he's a very personable guy.
Yeah.
If you've never heard his Wheel of Fortune story, ask him to tell you the Wheel of Fortune story.
Shane needs one this game. It's 4-3. What is he doing here?
I'm not sure.
I think he's going to play safe.
Yeah, I
I
don't
thought he
think
was.
he knows either.
I thought that's
because I don't think you can cross that bank and bank at one rail, right?
No, I don't know what unless he's going to try 3 in the side. I just can't see from the angle. It just doesn't look like that's the angle.
Well, he took care of Whitey.
Yeah, but there's a shot here.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to put that ball on top
over
of
here.
by the corner.
Yeah. And he doesn't have to worry about the scratch because his 5's there. But
this is a safe shot. If he just rolls it.
Roll it.
Yeah, if he rolls it, it's a safe shot because if it's near the pocket, there's no return shot for like Shane. Where's he going to bank this?
Yeah. I would have shot it in the other corner, no?
No, I would have done that corner because that when he banks it back, it's going to this corner and wouldn't go.
Yeah, okay. See, I don't know anything about banks.
Yeah. I've missed every bank there is to miss.
Yeah.
I know them all.
Yeah. I just know I like to watch it.
It's amazing. Here's world-class players. They're missing the shot by 16 inches, but that's bank pool. It's.
Well, he can cut this one. He can bank this.
He's going to come right back with this one. Oh, he went the other corner.
Wow. Wow.
That's
and
how
he
you
made
do it.
Oh. Oh, wow. That.
Now,
wow.
now what do we do?
Wow. He was robbed on that one, I think, Mark. He just tickled that rail.
Yeah, that's all he did is tickle it, too.
Oh, he tried to make both of them.
Yeah, I don't think that was the shot. Because look what he gave up.
Yeah, but he tried to make both of them and then have both of them spot and leave the cue ball in the middle. That was a great shot if he could have pulled it off.
Great concept.
Great attempt. He didn't miss it by much. Surprised that they seem to be rolling them.
I think because they're not real bank players. I think you get like we were talking about. You get the Shannons or those guys. They.
Yeah.
But mostly they do that so they straighten the angle out, so
Right,
it comes
well,
back straight.
Yeah.
They're so sensitive to speed and roll and all that kind of stuff. When you, I mean, I prefer rolling them because I'm not accurate enough to hit them with power.
Is there a waitress on the floor?
Oh yeah, she's right over there now. I just saw her. She's way at the other end. She'll be here in a minute.
Okay. This definitely has alcohol in it.
Yeah.
I did not want alcohol. Told him that. I don't drink. I don't like the taste of it.
I got to butter up the boss.
I can't say on the air what this looks like. So.
That's what we, yeah. I'm not even going to go there.
Well, Ronnie's getting himself in trouble here now. You know, 3-0 is in a
Yeah,
race to 4.
He's got a big hole to dig out of.
Yeah. Immediately after this match, we'll be playing. Well, heck, I can't remember their names. I'll look it up in a minute. Last match, Shane ran the last rack. Boom, 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 boom.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Real smooth.
It's got to be tough for him too. You know, everybody expects him to do well. You know, and it has to be very hard for him to maintain that killer, that intensity. You know, day in, day out, ball after ball after ball. You know. He's an amazing player.
Yeah, the next match on this table, as soon as this match is over, will be Chris Lulick from Phoenix and Neil Jacobs from Chicago. Neil and his buddy drove down from Chicago to play in this, so.
A long drive.
And I understand his son wants to watch that match, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, 6 on the table, and Ronnie just made 2, so the score is 2-1.
Boy, that looks like a nice shot.
Yep.
Very nice.
2-2. I've seen Shane make a couple that I consider almost unbelievable shots because of the pressure they were on. That one, he was playing Niels in the finals at the Derby one year. He jumped over a ball, drew it, went over the long rail. And tried Do you remember that shot? Or something? Come on.
I remember something like that.
That's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then he was
Yeah.
playing Efren that money match the night or a couple days before that or something. He jumped over, almost over a full ball, draws it. Just like, who are you? You know, really? Because they're not. This isn't for fun, man. This is
No.
for money.
Yeah,
Big money.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of pressure out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. He jumps. He's like Earl. He jumps with a full cue so good.
Earl showed me how to do that years ago. I can't jump over all of them, but there are certain ones I can jump over. Yeah.
Billy Graves was really good at that. I don't
Billy
know if-
Graves.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a name
from the past.
Yeah.
From San Diego.
Yeah, the blonde hair.
Yeah.
Surfer dude. Always looked like a surfer dude with the blonde hair. Shaggy blonde hair.
Yeah.
He played pretty good.
He did play pretty good. He died. Boy,
I know
it's
he
been
did.
a while.
Yeah, I know.
Probably 15
I
years
was
ago.
just going to
something
say,
like that.
yeah, maybe even 20. Long time. So many people are gone.
Yeah. I got to know all those guys when I owned College Billiards in San
Yeah.
Diego. I did
Say
not
Swanee
realize that was just a hot pot for pool players. Some hot shot player could straggle through there and he's not going to get out alive.
Right.
I mean,
Right. Yeah.
and the funniest story is if everybody couldn't beat you, they'd bring the cook out. Roy the cook.
Right.
That is so funny.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, he'd spank you. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I only went there 2 or 3 times.
Wow, there's a swisher. Roy the cook was,
Yeah.
he had an awesome game.
He sure did.
That's strong.
Yeah.
Look out, Whitey. Oh.
I asked for a ginger ale, and this is not ginger ale. There's alcohol in it. Can I get a ginger ale, please? Thank you.
Three to 2 is the ball count. Shane over Ronnie.
Oh,
See,
boy.
if you just-
you know,
But that's why I hit him pocket speed, because that ball would have gone in if it was rolling in.
right, but
But-
see, to me, that, he hit that so good. That
No,
ball's supposed to fall.
No, it hit the long rail. If you went back and saw it, it hit pretty hard, about an inch up the rail, Yeah. That's why, to me, it's even more impressive when the bankers hit them that hard, because if they touch the rail, it's not going in. But they're splitting the pocket when they do it. So. I asked Shane, he thinks that's about a 4 to 5 inch extension, so he's like a 62, 63 inch cube.
Yeah, and then back to Earl. Everybody made fun of
You know
Earl when
something?
he first came out. They called it the javelin and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. And meanwhile, he's almost always right about everything.
Well, except I don't know about all. Look out! I thought the cue ball was going to fit past that ball.
Earl is a very thoughtful
He
and
studies
creative
it, but-
person. Yes.
But some of this stuff is a little bizarre.
Well,
you know,
yeah, I know.
The
But-
finger weights and
I know,
blah,
but
blah.
meanwhile, the arm weight, he wore that because he hadn't gotten the weight right on that longer cue, so it
Yeah.
had kept him from. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he has reasons for everything he does. Now, most of them are legitimate. Then he's got his own little quirks too.
Sure.
But everybody made fun of Earl.
But this long cue, there's a lot of people buying into it.
That's right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Look at the difference in color.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't think I would have noticed. Yeah, that's a ginger ale.
I think he hit that one pretty good. How do you hit it? That's it, wasn't it?
I think so. Isn't that 5?
That is it.
Yeah,
That's wow.
That's the ball game.
5 to nothing.
4 and zip. Wow.
or 4 to nothing, right?